Well, it's time for Punters Inside Run. The horses have had their birthday, they've had their balloons, their cake. Bugger them. They can have all the cake they want. We want to punt on them, and we want to find some winners Saturday. Mick, Sharkie, hello to you.
You're watching in the manor yard, Matty, for those horses with a bit of cream, the bit of icing still around the whiskers. You know, they might have overindulged a little bit. You know, maybe a couple of bags under the ice from a big night raging, the birthday party. So I've got to keep an eye out.
Well, the great thing is, Shark, is we come straight into August after their birthday. And our first Saturday, we've got a Group 2 in Sydney, a Group 3 in Melbourne at Flemington. So let's start with Rosehill. Let's start with the Missile Stakes. So much talk about Big Parade and the Super Trial that won by 21 lengths. Of course, it doesn't end just there, does it?
No, it doesn't. This is a really good race. Set weight and penalties. So your Group 1 winners, Golden Mile, you know, he's got to carry the 59 and give others in this race plenty of weight. You wouldn't have thought Golden Mile would be winning a sprint race first up with other races in mind later in the spring, but you know, you still want to see him hitting the line. Ingratiating's in good form, he's fit and well. And then you've got Joe Pride, who is a master of reinventing these tried horses, and judging by Big Parade's 20-length trial win, and also a sneaky good trial, Matty, from Argentia recently. I think he's got 2 really good chances in this race. I've levelled with I Am Me, number 11. I just love the way she went through the grades last time for Kira Maher and Dave Eustace. She ended up running in a single-figure price at an Oakley Plate, only beaten 2 lengths. She's also trialled really well. Look, she hasn't put up 20-length margins by any stretch, but she's looked strong and fit and well and in good form in those heats. Big Parade's trial, I think that's affected the market, and it's giving us a better price than I Am Me. That's the way I see it anyway. I'm in her corner. I think she's one of the better bets on the card up there. Good sprinting mare, fresh.
I'm going to stick with Golden Mile. I want to see Big Parade do it on race day up against quality opposition. But anyway, I get that Golden Mile has to give a fair bit of weight and carry a fair bit of weight. But if you look back to first up last preparation, second in the Expressway behind Maria Mia, who went on to win a Group 1. And then all these other races were big races in Group 1. So maybe the time at this sort of distance is to get him is fresh. But I get what you're saying. If the other two, in particular your two, I Am Me and a Big Parade, turn up and do what we know they can do, Golden Mile might be just hitting that line for third, as you say. But I'll stick with the class horse of the race. What else do you like in Sydney? Because I'm interested to know whether you think FAWKNER Park can come back from 2,400 metres to 1,800 metres. Normally we go, oh, what's going on here? But I think FAWKNER Park can.
Oh, I think he can too. I love this horse. He's been a bit of an ATM for us, hasn't he, since arriving in Australia? He just keeps winning, stepping up in trip, no worries. I think coming back in trip and tumbling down the handicap, that's a big key for him, fresh. Yes, he's had a little break since his last win, but at least he's got that recent residual fitness on his side where a number of these are first up and really probably racing into form. That's what they're going to have to do, and fitness. So I think he's pitched in here. I think we're getting a good price to find out whether he's good enough. I've got a sneaking suspicion, Matty, that if this horse wins this race, Annabelle Nisha might be looking towards races like the Metropolitan. You know, I know it's a little way away, but I think that's the sort of path that she may take with a horse like this. He's definitely stakes class. He'll find his way into a Lister or a Group 3 race sooner than later. I think he'll do that off another win. He is my next best on the day. 230, I think it's a good price.
Yeah, I don't think the horse will know itself at 52.5 kilos on his back. But what else in Sydney, mate? Anything of value?
Yeah, little value bet in the last. Björn Baker, a good friend to everybody, particularly after a winner. He's got number 14, AMOR Victorious.
Yes, I like it. Good call.
Yeah, the first up run was great. Little break between runs, maybe something wasn't quite right there, or there just wasn't a suitable race, but it was 3 weeks between runs with a little trial in between. The horse was up on speed. Just looked like it was going a little bit quick middle stages of the race there for its liking. I think down in the handicap, Jay Ford to ride from an inside gate, it will give you a great run for your money each way at around 750.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that's a terrific bet. I'll be on it and more victorious. We go to Flemington. It's the first of these 10 race card days that they're trialling. That's a discussion for another day because this is just about finding winners. But we do have the Group 3 Aurie Star. And for me, It's Our Time gets back to his favourite track after a very good third and a weight for age event.
It does. Look, there's so many horses in this race that have claims to winning this race. You know, General Bow, super consistent, just doesn't win that often. It's Our Time. Almost Mr. Reliable for running top 3, doesn't win that often in this grade. Much better, you could say. Similar thing about it. Dance to Dubai is going well, but needs a good track. No good on soft ground. Cause for concern's the best horse in the race, I think, coming into it. He's still very unexposed. I think there's some improvement to come, though. I want to see him tested against these horses probably before having a bet on him. I settled on ZETHUS. He's got a pretty ordinary winning strike rate. I think he's 3 from 17, and he hasn't won in a little while, but I just think this race sets up well for him. Blake Shin takes the ride. I think the conditions of this race, the handicap conditions, suit ZETHUS. I went his way. Not sure if I'm going to be having a bet, but anyway, that's my tip in the feature, the Aurie Star.
All right, ZETHUS in a very good Aurie Star. What about your best at Flemington? I've got a couple I like, but what's your best?
Yeah, one at the front end of the card, one at the back. I think the absolute best is BENEDETTA, race 10, number 2, $1.95. Most people have found it.
It's just a short price, isn't it?
It is. I think if we get black figures, anything north of $2, I'll be having a bet. She's a stakes class horse. She's kicking off here in a winnable race to get her off, get the preparation off on the right note. That's the way I'm reading it. I think Najim Sahel is her only danger.
Yes.
The rest are pretty plain.
Yep.
I think she's the bet in the last. In the first race 1, number 8, River Noir.
Yep.
Great first prep. Debut win huge. Just got handled by a stakes class filly at her second start and then beat the older horses at the Valley. So that was a great end to her first prep. She's jumped out well. I think she'll be winning the first. I reckon the best value on the day, Matty, race 5, number 6, first in line. Here's a horse with form around Group 1 winner Arapaho, Glory Days, who's stakes class, Explosive Jack, who's a Group 1 winner. It's carrying mid-handicap in a benchmark 100. And we're getting $10. I think he's a really good each-way bet in race 5, number 6. That is first in line.
I'm with you with River Noir. I think it's the best of the day. And also like Berkeley Square in the second last. Yeah. Resuming after that good 9-month break. This is a horse, as we know, that's won it listed in Group 2 level. Proven first up, want to jump out in preparation for this. So I think it's a class act. Yes, it's probably got bigger races in mind down the track, but I think we'll see something first up from Berkeley Square in race number 9. All right, Shark, that's it. We've dusted off the birthday. We've got rid of that, and now we're just going to find winners.
That's all we have to do, Matty. Easy from here.
All right, where will Saturday see you, mate?
I think I'm going to go to the local footy on Saturday and watch Edie Aspendale Eagles try and secure a final spot. That'll be me, but I'll be watching the races, no doubt about that.
All right, mate. We'll talk to you next week, and thank you, everyone, for joining us once again. Hope you have a winning day on Saturday, and I hope Shark's found you a couple of winners like he always does. See you next week.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.